Hello, world of internet. This is Shakti Rios reporting on, I believe, week 9 of my FSM experience. I'm going to open with a confession. I did not want to do this video blog at all. In fact, I was really resisting the experience of filming how I'm feeling and what's going on for me right now. Last video I was awfully quiet, didn't say a lot. And this video is pretty much a continuation of that experience. Yeah, it's a continuation of that experience. Whatever came up then is not necessarily resolved or fully understood yet. So I'm still sitting in the middle of that feeling very quiet, very self-protective and introspective, reflective, ... Since I last filmed, so many things have changed in the program. The old class graduated and is no longer on the grounds. And their absence is very noticeable. On one end, their energy and their vitality is very much missed. On another end, for me, I feel like it's really given my class an opportunity to grow and expand and find our own voices and our own, to really dive deep into our own processes without feeling like we're being observed or having to protect from a group that is not having our process, if that makes sense. That is not sharing necessarily in our exact group dynamic. So I feel more expansion now. I feel more room to explore the property and my peers and myself. Since the old class left, I was at their graduation and it was really sweet and really beautiful for me. And I just experienced it as exceptionally powerful. It made me think a lot about our graduation and what will come of that. So that's one of the major things that has happened that has really changed the dynamic on campus for me. Another thing that's going on is that we are now in our last week of connective tissue, and it simultaneously feels like it's flown by and crawled by. The connective tissue is amazing work. I absolutely love it. I feel that it is incredibly profound and so very good at accessing things that are located very deep within us that are not necessarily material or physical. For me, I've had the experience since I started Connective, and as I've shared with other classmates, they've had very similar experiences of feeling like a lot of unresolved situations or feelings in our lives have resurfaced, and I am now waiting in all of those unresolved sentiments and learning from them from a new perspective in a safe space. And so I'm really grateful for that opportunity to be able to sit with all of these things that scare me and confuse me and throw me off center, knowing that I have a safe space to do that exploring in, and that I have a safe community to do that exploring in, makes me feel really empowered and really willing to be open and vulnerable, and so I'm really grateful for that. At the same time, I feel like I'm having this dichotomy of feeling so safe and willing to be open when I'm at school with this community of people that I've grown to know so intimately so quickly, and when I step out of that community, I feel like I'm having a difficult time adjusting, bringing that experience with me into the rest of my life. My body is talking so very loudly to me these days. The more aware I become of my body, the more work I receive, the more I realize just how much I've held and how long overdue this that I'm doing right now for myself, which I experience is very self-loving and self-care. I mean, being at FSM is really a huge self-love process for me. Giving myself that much physical attention, giving myself that much nurturing attention is very new for me, and so I feel like this was really long overdue, and my body is so grateful, and I am so grateful for this experience. And at the same time, all this work that I'm receiving is awakening so many different desires and needs in me that I didn't know I had. And I'm, the inconvenient truth of things that come up and don't necessarily fit our lives or fit our ideas of our lives, and yet they're true. These things that are coming up for me that are so inconvenient, but they're true. And they deserve a voice. And I'm choosing to honor that, even though it scares me and I don't know what's going to happen. And so that's where I am right now. I'm sitting in that space of uncertainty and being brave enough to look at my entire life and have all these questions in my head and in my heart and not shy away from them. And it's incredible to me how courage for me has never really been about exuding it in a physical way to an external circumstance. Courage for me has always really been about facing myself and about how willing I am to face myself at every juncture of my life. And I feel like right now I'm having the experience of really wanting to resist being courageous, and at the same time, like, I know I must. Like, there's no way around. I came to this place, I came to this juncture in my life so that I could get through it because I needed to be here. There's a gem here for me. And so to turn away from that or to ignore it or to act like it's not happening, to not honor it, is to do myself a disservice and my purpose a huge disservice. And in turn, my clients and the people that I come in contact with a disservice. Because I really do believe the things that I teach, and I believe in living them. So I'm doing that right now. I'm living through my uncertainties and my shadows as I film this for all of the world to view. And it's a very humbling experience, actually. Very humbling for me and very unifying experience. In this moment, while I feel so scared and unsure, I simultaneously feel so connected to every soul on this planet. And their uncertainty and their fear and their pain and their joy and their growth. So that's really where I'm at right now. I'm really deep in this process. It has finally found me. I felt like it was bubbling for a bit. It's finally started to simmer. At the beginning of a rolling boil. And I don't know what's gonna happen. But I'm committed to filming my process, so I'm doing it, and I will be doing it for the continuation of this program, and so you at some point will know what happens, as will I, and then we'll all be in the know. That's all I really have for tonight. My thoughts lie, as I close this, very much with what courage means, and what taking a stand for my life means, what taking a stand for living a fulfilled and whole life instead of a partitioned life really means. having the courage to look at that and to create that, no matter how inconvenient or painful it might seem. And that's all. I appreciate you watching, keeping up with these videos. I do hope that in some way it feeds you and inspires you in your process. And I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.